might need more than... We might need a whole episode for this nonsense. What do you think?
No, I'm gonna go for it. It's just...
Alright,
We're gonna wing it. We're gonna wing it.
Witness testimony, what you witnessed.
My throat's gonna die, but oh well.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye on it the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard. Man on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
Okay. So Mr. On-Guard came out from the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yeah, cross-examination, what you witnessed. I'll be over there.
Quiet. Quiet! Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night?
The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show, but I refused to help. I'll have you know it was for that lead-headed samurai's show.
I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on.
Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me, so I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little.
And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door. Something you were interested in? And just what was that?
It's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. And Ejipu, of course.
Mr. Edward, what is this thing she is interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later. It looks like we shouldn't force it right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Oh, then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Corrida's room?
I have no idea. I wasn't born, so I couldn't count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? Who in the world was that?
I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room. It was. He was.
Yes, he was.
I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francisca's whip right about... Right? The one time! I needed that whip! Damn it! They knew! They knew.
Well, I guess I could tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway.
You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
Yesy.
Really?
Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Ugh.
Interesting choices.
I guess it would be the clothes, because that would be... Because you could say you see the face. And I don't feel like carrying something would be, like, that caring. I guess the clothes. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
You're the troublesome man you are, really? As if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center, too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
It has to. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please.
Ah, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must... He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's just all for show.
Wait.
He was wearing... Who does Matt Ungard play as again?
The Nickel Samurai.
And the Jamming Ninja is Juan, right?
Yes.
And the guitar, okay.
What are you thinking?
Can I find... Oh, it's the button! Because the button was on... was ripped. It was on him, right? It was caught on his costume. Right? It was ripped from his costume.
That's a possibility.
But the question is, if it's on him, how come his jacket's not... if he was wearing his jacket, then there would have been something on his jacket, right?
I mean, technically the Akama is the pants side, so we could have worn the Akama and the jacket.
But that, like, why? You know what I mean? Like, he would have been in full costume then. What would have been the point of being in his jacket? That makes no sense.
I mean, you're right that the fact he's not wearing his jacket, because we already had testimony from the manager that he was sleeping in full costume.
Yeah. So, like, that's why it couldn't be, because she saw
the real question
the jacket,
is
though.
The real question is, this is the proof you need to present here.
Yeah, it has to be, because it's what she's saying contradicts that. If they're saying he fell asleep with his costume on, and she's saying that she saw him wearing his jacket, he wouldn't be wearing his jacket. He'd be wearing his costume. I have to present this. I think this is the one.
And there you go.
Miss Olbag,
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
do you know what this is?
Ah! It's button number 2 on the Jamming Ninja's costume.
Now I know she's a Sess fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here. Give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this.
Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. That's what we call toxic fans, okay?
Oh no.
This button was discovered on Mr. Ungard's body during a full body search.
See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal Ungard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai Hakama pants.
See? And Ungard is the Nickel Samurai.
Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Ungard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? I like that cheap style.
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress instead, oh god, she's going out. Oh jeez.
Yeah, you'll have to record that later.
No. She won't stop.
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the Nickel Samurai?
That's when you think about it.
Ah.
They're really one and the same anyway.
Dude, we proved this the last time. That just because it's in the outfit doesn't necessarily mean it's the same person, dude. We proved this before. We could prove it again. Miss Olbag, this is a very important point we're talking about.
Etchy poo, don't you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one signed, not you. God dang. Who I saw.
On guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai. That's right, it was a Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to the post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume.
What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Oh, youngins today, I told you there's no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Oh, God.
Cross-examination, Wysa, what even is this?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna skip this, dude. I think I know what I need to present. But
No, I don't. At least make sure it's the correct statement.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think it's the last date. No, not that one. Okay. So I just saw it. Which would have been this one. It has to be this one, because if now we're saying he's in the costume, there would be fingerprints on this.
I mean, there are fingerprints on this.
No, but if she's saying that he was in the costume, there wouldn't be fingerprints on the knife. Please take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you'll try to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No.
You call that a knife?
That's not my intention at all.
This is a knife.
That's a spoon.
Ah, I see you played spoony knifing before. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? Hold on. Oh, gosh. I had to get a sip of water.
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it.
Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I'm driving at.
What are we driving at? In whose car are we driving?
If Mr. Ungard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off.
Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. That's the stupidest thing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There is no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility! It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as a nickel samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show, which is why he took his gloves off.
But the murder still did take place.
It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim.
Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edward's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edward's theory goes like this. When a defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory?
What do you think?
Well, it has to be a contradiction. But I'm
Why?
Hold on. Because if he was intent to kill him, then because he's saying that they went to the room together and he had no intent to kill him at all. Maybe an altercation happened and that's what ended up going into killing. But if that's the case, then what's the point of the knife? The knife was in his room. And the whole point of the knife was that he brought the knife so that he would kill him. Right? That's what they're trying to prove.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ungard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible. Oh, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. And I have to yeah, it would be the knife. God, I hope this is right.
It's not a full bar apparently, so who cares?
This knife, this was used by Mr. Ungard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corida. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from how am I supposed to say that? Supposition? One. But then, and one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Dun dun dun.
Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderers do such a thing?
To frame, I'm pretty sure. It's to frame my client, Mr. Ungard, of course.
To frame?
Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume, and if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Witness. Oh, God.
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo?
Witness, did you or did you not?
How does this woman not get freaking arrested for all her freaking false claims? Seriously.
Life, finds a way.
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten that.
Are you saying you mix up Mr. Ungar with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nico Samurai. That's for sure.
She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. All right, then. Who were you waiting around for, then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you are waiting for Mr. Juan Coida, am I correct, witness?
Oh, way you think you're a sad amateur with a terrible taste of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corda. Maybe, Phoenix, maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person. If it's who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? How do I go to... Oh. It's her.
Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Ungard's manager.
But why would the defendant manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, Ah, I see.
The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing.
Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Adrian Andrews, without a doubt. The witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then.
Witness, what in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
I got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
What for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you youngins.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old.
Yeah, witness testimony, secret information. This feels like going to the dentist at this point.
That Adgard is one evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay?
The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court.
What? Nobody is above gossip. And isn't there a saying? The truth is never pleasant.
Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is, in fact, baseless gossip.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful. The old bag seems rather excited right now.
That's right. Ungard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Well, as the old saying goes, you've gotta burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the
Danger zone! Yeah!
Okay. Okay, cross-examination, secret information. Calm yourself, Phoenix. Everything okay? Or
I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on. I don't want to press. I'm not doing anymore. I'm sick of her right now.
I think everybody is.
I think this is. I have to press this one though. Wait.
What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out.
How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information?
You said bag by accident.
Yeah, I know. Can I check? Not gonna be these, because these are. I don't think it'd be that either.
What's up?
I'm thinking it's the camera. But, like, I'm trying to remember why. Now, I know Lotta was there. We spoke to Lotta, but I'm, like, my memory is still fuzzy as to what happened when we spoke to Lotta. But her camera was stolen, right? That's what it says. It was stolen on the night.
Do you want a clarification?
I'm just trying to remember what we did with Lotta. Lotta came into that area, and she said she had lost her. It was stolen. Her camera.
Yes.
And it just said it's a tabloid article. Was it this one or was it a...
Now here's the clarification.
Okay.
It is not the same one because this we got from Powers.
That's right. We did get this one.
This one we got from Powers, and the other one is basically stuff that she wrote that was not published yet.
Somebody
That
tells
was
me
her notes.
Yeah, but... so then maybe... Considering it was at the night... Then that makes me think that Olbag might have confronted her. Maybe that's why the camera's stolen. Because she was there. So the two had to have seen each other then. I'm gonna take a big gamble. So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Olbag?
Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that!
Witness. I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Because there's a tabloid article, that's what it says.
Through illegal activities.
The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart.
Oh yes, I do remember that mischievous girl.
Well,
I mean...
I guess...
She reported that she had lost a certain note when she had written to herself.
She reported such a thing?
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No. I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless?
Ah, that's it. That's the note.
No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy.
You're the one who took Miss Hart's note.
I'm a huge fan of horns, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil On Guard. She said so herself. On Guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Guilty Pooh, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
That is a classic.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her?
No!
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 No! If I let her up on now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a damning blow to the prosecution. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct?
Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible lonely trash can, that's all.
You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Oh, wow. Phoenix ain't taking your shit today, old bag.
I'm gonna have to censor a lot this episode.
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Olbag, I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. Would it be the camera?
The
Miss
double
Olbag,
present.
that note was with the camera inside its case, wasn't it?
A camera?
Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me." Why?
Why, witness!
What is it, Grabs?
If you have the note, then it is only logical that you have the camera too.
Look like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera
You're looking for it. Well, that's the bag, but sure. I guess we couldn't do another picture. Ah, that's...
What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said Slime Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. But when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bailiff, check this camera's photos, hurry. We must examine them at once.
Oh my goodness gracious.
If you didn't have an headache by now.
Well, Mr. Edgewood, what do we have?
There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Please present it to the court.
Ooh.
This is a nickel samurai.
See, I told you, that's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
But once again, in a costume doesn't necessarily mean it's him. We proved this before!
What does it all mean, Mr. Edgewood?
This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Angard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his nickel samurai costume.
If that's the case, then this mystical samurai is...
The defendant... Son of a biscuit.
How did this come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client?
If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's no way I can say no. There's something strange with it. There's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, right? Were you now?
Your thoughts,
Don't
Mr.
question it.
Edward?
I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster.
Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, please. We just totally disregard that sentence. Please
worry
look
about
at the
it.
photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts? Why can't she be an actual photographer? We need her to be.
Now, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange?
It's a full bar penalty! And it sucks because you don't have access to the court record.
No, it's fine.
Do you know what it is?
I think it's this. It's the feet.
Go on.
Because there's nothing else missing from what I remember. I think it has to be the feet because it looks like it's dragging, which makes me then think the person that's in the costume is shorter than Ungard. That's literally the only plausible thing I could think of. Because other than that, then I really wouldn't know what it would be. Because he looks like he's in his whole costume. But I can't see his feet. And I'm pretty sure he has this, like, doesn't he have, like, traditional, like, shoes or socks or something?
I mean, you brought your point.
Yeah, I think that's it. I hope I picked the right section, though. I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here.
What are you pointing to? His ankles?
If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And what does that mean?
The costume person in this photo could have not been Mr. Ungard.
What is the meaning of this?
See, I had a feeling. I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Yeah, see. And I took a look at it earlier, so I remembered. See, he has those little feetsies. See, I remember. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama.
His socks. You can see his socks.
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. There is only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edwards is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all.
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt Ungar, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless.
I figured it would come to this. What? Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt Ungar. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? It's gotta be Adrian. Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edward's attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
It has to be there's no way. She's the only person involved with this. It has to be her.
Adrian Andrews.
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. Ungard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ungard that night.
And how does that all add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Ungard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as a murder weapon.
Why don't you just say what it is you want, Wright? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corrida. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime.
Order! It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edward,
Yes, Your Honor.
this court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
All right, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. Oh, son of a biscuit. One more day? Ah! Maya, if I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? This judge is about to adjourn the court. I guess...
Now then,
Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she's not.
I of her wasting such valuable time. Edward. Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But...
We cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Tisk. Unexpected development. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Mrs. Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What?
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edward?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance by that man. Somehow I knew there was no way Edward would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly.
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edward. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, but the good news is we're free of the old bag.
All right.
It was like going to the dentist.
Then in the next episode, we will go back to court and see what Miss Adrian Andrews has to say about all this.
Can't be worse than what we just went through, so...
Yeah. This was Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, with me, Edo, and Nightshade.
I need to go scream in a pillow.
And with that, we are out of here.